Bonjour mes amis, my name is Freya and welcome back to another GeneForge tutorial. This time we're going to be focusing on modifying the existing geometries. It's a little bit different to adding the new ones. So let's say I want to change the shape of the tail. I'm going to start with that. This is a more precision-based way to do it, and I'm going to do it in edit mode. But I'm also going to show you a slightly more organic way to do things as well. So I want the tail to be thicker. I want it to be reminiscent of those really thick Grendel tails. So I'm just going to select these faces, and I'm going to scale them outwards. Not too much. I'm keeping it subtle. I want it to still mostly be recognizable as a Norn shape. I think that's good. Let's keep going. Okay, so I've thickened the base of the tail. I'm going to thin the tip of the tail. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about that shape. I'm having second thoughts about this. Okay, that's not quite as bad. It's a little lumpy, but that's almost exactly what I'm going for. The important thing when you're making these modifications is you need to make sure the attachment points are the same. So the base of the tip and both ends of the base. It's not that you can't change where the attachment points are, it's that you'll have to modify the ATT files if you do. Perhaps I will learn how to do exactly that, but it's gonna have to be in a different video. Alright, now let's use the more organic method for changing shapes. I want the forearms, particularly the fingers, to be longer. So I'm going to go into sculpt mode for that. I'm going to use the grab tool, and I'm just going to pull at it. And now she's got these big old honkin' handses. Let's render it out and make sure that we did not exceed the bounds of the sprite images. Okay, the enlarged hands don't look too bad, and they don't seem to be exceeding the boundaries at all. And I wasn't worried about the reduced tail. Now let's address those stompers. Right now, only foot position 3 is visible. That's because if I turn them all on, it gets a little crowded and hard to see what's going on. But if I want to modify them, I want them to look more or less the same. I'm gonna be elongating her toenails. I'm sort of picking a cutoff point that makes sense to me, and just going around and selecting everything that falls after that cutoff point. It can be hard, especially when you get between the toes, to actually see what you're doing. Now I'm gonna slide these forward. About that much? That look okay? And I'm going to round this down a little bit to -6.5. Yeah, that looks more Grendelish. Okay, so now let's look at the other feet. Feet 2 are pretty similar. It's just the heels that are up, so we can do pretty much the same thing. Okay, and the reason why I made a verbal note of how far I moved it ahead was so that I could move it ahead the same distance this time. Now, I also am very forgetful, so I'm not positive that I actually moved it ahead -4.5. So I'm going to compare it to feet 3. Feet 3 look a little bit further ahead. Was it? It might have been 6.5 actually. Yeah, that looks right. It was -6.5, not 4.5. Okay. Always do comparisons. So this is feet 3, this is feet 2. Let's move on to feet 1. But that's also why I'm using edit mode for this part and not sculpt mode, so that I can be more precise about how far along I'm moving things. Okay, now things might get tricky for feet 4, because I can't just move them directly forward anymore. I'm changing the transform orientation setting to normal, so I can drag it out this way. And that should be okay. Let's compare it to feet 3. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Let's render that to check it. Toenails look good, and they are not extending beyond the frame. I don't actually know for absolute certain that you can't extend things beyond the frame. I'm guessing that you can't, but I haven't actually done it. If you want to try that out, be my guest. Anyway, I think I'm pretty happy with the geometries on the Synergy Norns now. I'm definitely getting that mix of Grendelish and Nornish. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!